My name is Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to do shove-it reverts. The shove-it revert is kind of an odd little trick. It's kind of one that's just fun to mess around with. And basically the idea behind it is that you do a shove-it while turning the upper half of your body in the frontside 180 position. You land on your nose and then you just pivot the frontside 180. It's kind of a weird and really involved trick for kind of seeming to be so simple, but it's strange feeling to like throw your left shoulder in the frontside 180 position while shoving your board and then pivoting off the nose. So that's the basic theory about how this trick works. So let's break it down into its parts. The trick is basically a shove-it and then a frontside 180 where you pivot off your nose. Put those two together and you have the shove-it revert. So to get started on this trick, just put your feet in the pop shove-it position. Notice my back foot is a little bit off the side of the tail. That's just so I can get that scoop. And my front foot is slanted. I always do my shove-its with my front foot slanted like that because it's just easier for me to throw the board and have my front foot stay on it so it can just glide right over. So yeah, just do a few shove-its just to get yourself really comfortable. Now notice here, I am not doing pop shove-its. I'm not popping the board on the ground. I'm just simply shoving my back foot just so it does a shove-it. Nice and low to the ground. We're gonna keep it low for this tutorial. So just do it on a shove-it. Don't get into the pop shove-it. So now that you got your shove-its in a good spot, you can practice landing on the nose. You don't have to necessarily go into a full nose manual like I'm doing here, but you have to be able to at least land on the nose in order to do that pivot a little bit. So I recommend just practicing doing the shove-it and landing up on the nose. You'll notice in some of the shove-it revert shots, I don't even lift up my back trucks fully, but I just have enough weight on my front foot to where I can just do that pivot. So after you've got comfortable with that, you're just going to get comfortable with pivoting off the nose just like this. I'm sure you guys won't have too much of a hard time with this. It's super simple. You just put more of your weight on your front foot, lift up your back leg just a little bit while turning your shoulders front side, and then just turn your body. As soon as you turn your body, your legs will follow. So that's all there is to that step. Like I said earlier, it's really good if you have your frontside 180s down because the motion that you're doing with your arms is the frontside 180 motion. And it's good if you get used to popping and then landing on the nose and doing that pivot that we went over prior. Good, so putting this all together, you can see I'll just do a nice low to the ground shove-it, catch it right on the nose, and turn the frontside 180. The trick to this is to just keep it nice and low, and you got to be able to turn your shoulders while you're shove-itting the board. Don't get too complicated with like all the different steps. I know it seems like a lot, but once you put it all together, it's just one gradual motion. So your left shoulder is going to be coming out forward in the frontside 180 motion as you're shooting your board into the shove-it. So as soon as you land with your front foot on that nose, that your upper body is already turned, and then your legs can just follow. And it'll be a nice, gradual, smooth transition, and you can just get it right over there. Shove-it revert. One secret to this trick is just to have the ability to be very light on your feet. And being light on your feet just basically means you're good at transferring your weight. So the majority of your weight when you start this trick is going to be on your front foot, and then you're going to throw your back foot into that shove-it position. Keep all of your weight on your front foot, and then land it just up on the nose or near to the nose. You can see on a lot of these, I don't even like lift my back trucks completely off the air, but I just drag my back wheels across the ground and pivot that position. So you don't have to land fully on the nose and go into a full nose manual, but you can simply just have enough of your weight up near the nose. You can even have your front foot on the front truck and still be able to do the trick. But you're gonna have to put a little more force into it because your wheels are gonna be dragging on the ground. The more you practice this, the smoother you'll get, and the more easy the transition between, like, transitioning your weight from your left to your right foot will go, or if you're regular, from your right to your left foot. But yeah, you'll just want to practice getting this nice and smooth between those. Now, transitioning your weight from your left to right foot, or either way, is good practice, and it just helps you to build board control in general. And things like this, just being able to shove at the board and land it in a certain position, is good because it helps you just build up that control of your board. I know I throw that term around a lot, but it is super important because when you go on to do other tricks, when you go on to learn different combinations of tricks and things like this, I always think of the tricks in terms of, like, what trick is this trick like? Like, if I'm gonna do this 360 flip revert, it's just like a pop shove it or a shove it revert, except for instead of the shove it, you're doing a 360 flip, which might seem crazy hard, but it's actually very simple. So if you get this trick down well, and then you learn your 360 flips, you will be able to do 360 flip reverts. I'm sure of it. You just have to practice it out. So yeah, that's basically all there is to this trick. Just practice it a lot, make sure you get really good at it, and yeah, it's just kind of fun trick. You're cruising and then you need to flip your board around, so you just do a little shove it revert. I just have a lot of fun with these kind of dorky little flat tricks. I think they're really fun to do, and also they, like I said, they can help you build up to, like, more difficult tricks that you're gonna do later on. And also, I like to do a lot of manual tricks too, right? So you can throw these into a manual trick, like here. And then other than that, they will help you learn backside big spins. And then, of course, like I mentioned, the 360 flip revert. So watch this, it's the exact same thing. I'm gonna do a 360 flip, turn my shoulders frontside position, land on the nose, and then pivot the frontside 180. So if you have your 360 flips really down, you will be able to do the 360 flip revert. But yeah, that's another tutorial for another day. If you guys are still working on the basics of skateboarding, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out Skateboarding Made Simple. It is super, super detailed. It covers every trick from the basics of riding up through kickflip, and I guarantee it will help you out a lot. Thanks a lot as always for all your guys' help and support, and I'll see you next time.